Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LRS M Series Stock Car Racing. We are here for round 8. Yes, we are already at round 8, people. We are here for round 8 at none other than Talladega for the Pummu 30 at Talladega. So taking a look at the standings so far, we have Jack in first with a total of 17 points. Kanzi and Ricky and Jimmy Fuego all tied with 15. And Yesap in 5th with 14. An insane list that we have right here. Of course, for the drivers behind the pack, we also have Intoxicated in 6 with 13 points. We have Danny Allister in 7th with a total of 10 points. We have Jake Yar in 8th with 9 points. Demi in 9th with 7 points. And Metro at last with 4. But it is Talladega. Anything could change. So we'll be finding out who is going to be taking a win over there and who is going to be leading the championship, who's going to be taking a second, who's going to be pushed down to third. Will Jack keep the lead? Those are the big questions that we'll be asking ourselves here at Talladega for the race today. We are about to be taking a look at the qualifying session here. Drivers are still in the pits, but some of them are coming out, like the number 5 right here, Ricky. He'll be coming out of the pits here today. He's going to start the qualifying session as the first driver to do so. Ricky currently in 2nd in the standings, along with Kanzi and Jimmy Fuego. The Buckshot Bro sandwiching the number 5. And Jimmy Fuego now coming out as well. So they're all getting ready to do their run here at Talladega. I am curious who'll be taking a win here at the Big and Dangerous Oval. This is a fantastic venue. We have seen some fantastic racing here too. And now, slowly but surely, everyone's coming out of the pits and doing their runs. So looking at the driver in the lead of the championship, the 7 with 17 points, the 10 of Jack, almost at the 17 of Jack. That's his teammate Danny Allister who has 17 points. Intoxicated also getting ready to do his run. Ricky and Jimmy Fuego both put in their time. Jimmy currently with the fastest time of a 51, 137. And as I said before in the past, ooh, these two are getting really close. But as I've said before in the past, imagine, or like I've already said, multiple drivers will be driving this together, as we have Demi Hollywood now Danny Ellis, excuse me, with a 52.39. And as I said before, I would like I cannot wait to see the new version of LRS stock car, where we're going to see all the other drivers race against each other on the field, like 20 plus drivers. Well, it'll be like 14 drivers or 15 drivers, but imagine 20 drivers on the field. That'll be insanity. Like 20 plus drivers all coming together. And I think I might make the limit for stock car 30. But that also means we need to check for the venues, because some venues might not have spots for 30. So we really have to find out which ones are good enough for 30, as Metro goes with the pole position of 5,200. And these cars racing on the banking is so scary, because something ugly could happen any second if they're not careful. That has happened during the qualifying session with I think it was it, oh yeah, well, it is, I think, no, it was Pro Series, present. No, it was M. It was M. It was with Ricky. I think it was with Ricky, Shiny, and Yesap. I'm correct. It was Ricky, Shiny, and another driver. No, I think it was Ricky, Shiny, Metro. That all three crashed into each other. I need to remember. Need to find out what it was. I think it was season 1. I'm correct. Either season 1 or season 2, but it's been a while. Metro with the 21 still at pole position. But yes, what I was talking about with the LRS stock car, the new version of LRS stock car, will of course be seeing many drivers race against each other in like race against each other on one field. So we'll have 20 cars or maybe even more in the future, like at least 10 cars. So we'll have more than what we currently have. So just imagine Daytona finale, but a bit more intense. And that for, well, Daytona finale, but for every venue. That many cars. It sounds fun. It is fun. And I cannot wait for that to actually happen. So we're looking at JKR, who is already 1 millisecond away from taking 7 from Yesat. That must be gut wrench. That must be absolutely like gut ripping to find out. That must be terrible to see, just to find out, yeah, you're 1 millisecond short. You would lose it. You would. So we have less than 3 minutes remaining here at Talladega. Less than 2 minutes remaining. We are looking at Demi Hollywood here. At the top 5 so far, well, the 5 drivers what we have is Jack in 5th with a 51.015, Kanzi in 4th with a 50, 352, Ricky in 3rd with a 52.73, Danny Elser with a 50, 239, and Metro with a 50, 200. And Demi Hollywood just missing out on the top 5. And as I skid all the way to the bottom of the field, not a great thing. Especially go from victory lane at Phoenix to bottom of the field at Talladega. That is not something you will like at all. JKR and Yesop side to side at JKR, who actually got the 5th fastest time here. Beautiful to see. Now Yesop had to back out there. And JKR also sliding to the top, and so is Yesop. The qualifying session has finished here at Talladega. We are looking at the final drivers coming up to the finish line, and we'll see who is going to be taking the top spot away from one another. It's like Yesop took that 5th spot away from JKR. Meaning that top 5 so far, or well, the 5 drivers, Yesop, Kanzi, Ricky, Danny, and Metro. Intoxicated and Demi cross the line here. What will they get? No purpose from them. How about Jimmy? No purpose from him, and I don't think there'll be any for Jack either. No. Meaning that the top 5 will be Metro, Danny Alistair, Ricky, Kanzi, and Yesop. As these drivers are about to get ready and come over to the start-finish line. These guys are already trying to drive dirty and trying to find ways to get ahead of one another. Well, Metro getting run up, and Danny wants to take the lead. He's immediately going to try to get up front. He really wants to get up front. And as we're about to come over to the finish or the start-finish line, we are about to be waving green flag, racing here for 12 laps for the Pummu Dirty at Talladega. Demi Hollywood already really far, well, not really far, but he is in contention right here. Jack trying to find a way to get ahead. He really wants to make it free wide, but, well, I think we all know what happens when we go free wide over there. And it looks like Ricky went a bit off over there. I think he tried to get on the field, but it's not working. And I think, oh, something has happened. Because I saw drivers suddenly slow down a bunch. I think that was because of Ricky. And Ricky is... I don't know what's happening with the 5 right now. He's not having a good run so far. As these guys are also about to go into lap 2 here. Kanzi looking up on the field. Yeah, Ricky crashed. He's now in the pits. And there goes his entire run. Very unfortunate for the number 5. Well, I can't see this. Jimmy Fuego, excuse me. And Jack constantly running up the wall. He keeps climbing up. And these two are getting too... They're pushing each other. They're daring one another. And Intoxicated immediately switches it up. It goes on the inside, on the left. And he tries to get ahead of the 77, and he does it very well. Jimmy Fuego not really in the question of the battle so far, but he is having front row seats to these two duking it out over here in 7th and 8th. And those being 16 and 77. And Danny Allister. He might take it away from Metro. And Metro, the driver with only 2 points under his name, now in contention to get more than 5 points and secure himself for another season here. Oh yeah, it looked like there were people crashing over there. So I did see tire marks over there. I think there was a crash over there, and Ricky completely in the pits for super long. And Yesap now coming into the pits. Is he going for a pit stop, or is his car like done deal? I think his car's done deal. Either his car's done deal, or he's going into the pits to get himself fuel and tires. Oh, I think he's generally going to do a pit stop. I think we might have pit stop moments for these guys too. Now Metro going to take the lead away from Danny Allister. And Yesap finishing his pit stop. Meaning that he'll be running on fresher compounds. Yesap, after a pit stop, back on the field. And far behind the pack 2. And yes, I think we're actually going to have pit stops here. Kanzi also getting ready to do his pit stop. As half of the race has already been run on both Danny Allister and Metro. And the driver who was in contention for a win also coming to the pits. And so is the 77. Everyone's slowly coming into the pits now. And Metro still not pitting. JKR also joining along with the pitting. Oh, Jesus Christ! That is Jimmy Fuego completely spinning right there. And Kanzi back on the field. But holy shit, did you guys see that for a second? Jimmy Fuego was flipping and dipping over there. I need to get a replay. I am going to, at the end of this race, I am going to really go back to the replay and clip that, because holy fuck, what was that? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is the big and dangerous oval that we're talking about, and Metro still has not pitted yet. Wait, isn't that Skidder going for a second pit, or am I stupid? Oh, very close between these two. Metro in the pits. And coming out of the pits. Of course, he needs to do a run around the first half of the oval before joining back in. Oh, he's just coming into the pits. Jimmy Fuego could actually take the lead here. He could take the lead. Now Metro getting ready to get back on the field, but Jimmy Fuego leading Talladega. I think he has already pitted in beforehand, but I'm not sure. And Yezap and Kanzi, both the drivers in second, or Kanzi second. Yezap is in fifth, and Jimmy Fuego now coming to the pits. It looked like he did not pit at all. So now we're back to the fight between Metro, Danny Alistair, and JKR. Meaning that we do not have to wait for pit stops again. Look at pit stops. We will now see racing. So about to go into lap 11. And Metro and Danny Ellis are both duking it out. One of the two drivers could see victory lane here. So we're waving white flag. 1 more lap to go here at Talladega. Let's see who will be taking the victory lane here. JKR and Kanzi both tied for the podium, the last podium spot. It is between the 7 and the 72. Meanwhile, the 17 and the 21 are duking it out. And it is now one more turn, which will decide who's going to be taking the win here. And Danny Alistair putting that Ford up front of the Chevy. Metro trying to squeeze that Chevy on the inside over there. So waving a black and white checkered flag. Who is going to be seeing victory lane? It will be Metro taking the victory. Danny Alistair just missing out with 0.37 milliseconds. Missing out. Kanzi in third, JKR in fourth, and Yezap in fifth, making it the top 5. What a battle that was. Wow, what a race. The pit stops did surprise me a bit, but it is part of the strategy, and I love how that played out. Jimmy Fuego, the last driver to come over to the finish line. And we will then see the results so far. The top 5 being Metro with a win. Danny Ellison second, Kanzi in third, Jake fourth, and Yesap in fifth. That's the top 5 at Talladega. As we are currently taking a look at the standings, Kanzi ahead of Jack. He's now leading, and the battle for third now, or the battle for second, has now moved on to the battle for third, which is between Kanzi, Jack, Ricky, Jimmy, and it's now Kanzi, Jack, Ricky, Jimmy, Yesap is your top 5, and we also have Danielle with 14 points, that's good with 13. Metro with 11, JKR with 11, and Demi with 7, meaning that we will not be saying goodbye to anyone in this series. And in this season, we will not be saying goodbye to anyone in the Pro or in the M series for leaving due to lack of points. But we might have to say goodbye to some people here in the M series for them to be going to Pro series. But we will be finding out next, since we're about to go to Circuit of the Americas for the LRS GT at Coda. 5 laps, we'll be finding out who is going to be taking the 4th spot for the GT3 category in LRS. The LRS Legends